If you guys want more NFL Draft videos here on Seattle Seahawks Today, then subscribe. The NFL Draft will be here before you know it. The NFL Combine is really just around the corner. So if you want to stay in the know with what's going on in the NFL Draft as it relates to your Seattle Seahawks, hit that big red button and subscribe right now. Today's video is a 7-round mock draft for the Seattle Seahawks. Every pick that they have, for now at least, no trades. It does factor in comp picks as well, all done via the Pro Football Network simulator. Here are the Seahawks draft picks, by the way. Round 2, number 41. Round 3, number 74. Round 4, number 107, that pick via the New York Jets, by the way. Round 4, pick number 114. Round 5, 152, and round 7, 227. So not that many picks for Seattle. So we'll spend some good time on each guy that I've got going to Seattle. I will make note, though, all the draft sims are broken. Whether you're using PFF, Rise and Draft, Draft Database, PFN, or Draft Network as well, all of them don't quite work all the way. It's going to be a weird draft, so just keep that in mind when you see people use a sim with players falling. I am limited with what I can do from that perspective. So, round 2, previous 5 picks. Daxton Hill off the board. Roger McCreary, who I love, is gone. Drake Jackson to the Jets. Christian Harris to the Bears. And Daniel Falele, who I know some of you guys like, out of Minnesota, goes to Denver. Here are the 5 best players on the board. Trey McBride at tight end. Too early for me. Kyler Gordon, the Washington local kid at corner. Jaquan Brisker at safety. Zion Johnson, who I think is going to be a guard in the NFL, but has played some tackle at Boston College. And Phidarian Mathis, the defensive lineman out of Alabama. So, who do you want to take of these 5 guys? Not the greatest grouping of players out there, but type TM for Trey McBride. Type KG for Kyler Gordon. Type in JB for Jaquan Brisker, or type in ZJ for Zion Johnson, or PM for Phidarian Mathis. Let me know what you guys have to say in the comments section. Pick one. This is the pinned comments on today's video. So if you get the ad break here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know which of those 5 you guys would like to take if they were all there in round 2. I'm going to go with Kyler Gordon, the local kid here for Washington. I know that Seattle typically doesn't like drafting corners early. I think it's time to make an exception. They typically didn't get small guys, and now they have been getting them. Gordon's a great athlete, and I do think, by the way, the PFF player comparison of Byron Jones is actually really good. Not quite as tall, but he's a similar freaky athlete, especially from a jumps perspective. And corner is a need for Seattle. DJ Reed and Sidney Jones, I would argue 2 of your best 3, not your best 2 guys, are pending free agents. You should want to explore adding help at that position. I would be shocked and also concerned if Gordon doesn't test awesome, which will give him more hype as a potential top 50 pick. Not a ton of ball production, only 1 year starting. It shows, misses some tackles as well, but the traits and upside are intriguing, especially here in the 2nd round. So name a player who you hope falls to Seattle in round 2. Any name that you're keeping an eye out for, let me know what you guys are looking for in this year's NFL Draft. Let's go to round 3, the previous 5 picks. 2 guys I would have liked, Ed Ingram, Sean Ryan. If you want some interior offense lineup, maybe Ryan to tackle. I think he's a guard. Ooh, Travis Jones would have been a nice pick as your Al Woods replacement out of UConn. Josh Pascal a little early for me, and then Josh Jobe out of Bama as well. So 5 players on the board, including one we mentioned last round, Trey McBride out of Colorado State. Isaiah Spiller at running back. Desmond Ridder fell, which, if you're not sold on Russell Wilson, I am. I think you should at least consider it at that point. Jalen Weidermeyer at A&M, and Jalen Petrie, who I'm a big fan of, fell out of Baylor. We'll break down the pick in a second, but first, make sure you guys are subscribed for more free Seahawks videos all off season long. If you haven't already, hit that big red button and join us today. So in round 3, I'm going Trey McBride. I think it's a little early for him in round 2. If he does fall to you in round 3, again, the Sims are all broken. I'm all over this. Mostly an inline tight end at Colorado State. There's been some round 1 buzz for him. I don't get it. This is your Gerald Everett replacement. In general, most college teams cannot use tight ends. They have no idea how to get the ball to them. Oh, but McBride put up bonkers numbers at CSU. Over 1,000 yards this past year, and yet only 1 touchdown. I don't know how dangerous he is after the catch. I don't think he's great in that area, only about 5 missed tackles. You know who else isn't great after the catch? Zach Ertz. I think that's a decent comparison for him in terms of the play style there. Not an elite blocker, but fine in that area. Good ball skills, good route runner, can run all your trees. In round 3, it's a no-brainer pick for me with Everett as a free agent. And Will Dissly, maybe or maybe not coming back. You bring back Dissly, though, make him your tight end 2, and McBride is your tight end 1, let Dissly block. I think that's a really, really good pairing tight end. I think helps Russell Wilson feel happy about where he's at moving forward. All right, let's go now to round 4, pick number 107. I will take a running back here, Kyren Williams, who I am actually a pretty big fan of. Again, the running backs fell in this particular mock as well, but hey, that's kind of realistic, actually. He's undersized. He checks in at, double-checking my draft notes here, 5'9", 199. Not a very big football player. And his numbers did dip this past year for Notre Dame as well. They were not as good as what they've been in the past. But if you want a third down option, this is the best third down back in the class. I don't know if he has the size and power to be a true every down back, but his pass catching value is there. 42 grabs this year, 35 in the year before that, and he is the best pass protector in this year's class. So if you keep one of Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, I think Kyren Williams is better than both DJ Dallas and Travis Homer. There's your upgrade there for your third down back. Now, which side of the ball do you think Seattle should focus on? Type O for offense or type in D for defense. Let me know which side you want to focus on in the comment section right now. We'll go back to defense here. Round 4, number 114, Verone McKinley III. He put up big-time ball production this past year at Oregon. I do not trust him as a tackler quite yet. I think he needs some time in that area. What you could do is bring back Quandre Diggs and groom McKinley behind Quandre, because I don't think you have a great other option at deep safety. You know, maybe Marquise Blair or Hugo Amadi can be that, but Amadi's got 1 year left on his deal. You can keep putting Amadi and Blair in at nickel. McKinley could be your free safety of the future. He's played plenty of deep safety at Oregon. I know the 6 interceptions jumps out at you. He's not Javon Holland from last year. He's a good football player. Not a good tackler. Got to get that figured out. As a deep safety, a 4th-ish round grade for me, I think it's pretty good value. Speaking of value, how about this deal? The T-shirt, long sleeve shirt combo pack is 25% off at chatsports.com/Seahawks combo. This is the best deal Fanatics runs. 2 T-shirts at the cost of really normally 1 officially licensed NFL T-shirt. It is the best deal out there. It will not last long. So go get it today. chatsports.com/Seahawks combo. That'll be in the comment section and the description. That link, I should say, will be there. Don't delay. This deal is not going to last very long. Round 5, one of my favorite day 3 sleepers right now, Tyreke Smith. The sack production, never really there at Ohio State. Kind of like how it wasn't there for Jonathan Cooper last year, who I also loved as a day 3 sleeper. And I was right on, by the way. Did a good job for Denver this year as a 7th round pick. Smith, though, got pressure. And pressures are more translatable year over year than sack rates. Sack can be deceptive. Pressure rates are a bit more consistent. I think there's sleeper upside here for Tyreke Smith if he can finish a little bit more. He had almost a 14% pressure rate. That's really good at the college level. And Seattle could use some more pressures. And again, I would have loved to have found an interior pass rusher. It just never quite worked out with the guys on the board, so I failed from that perspective. But Tyreke Smith has some more depth, especially if you lose Rasheem Green. I could get on board with that. 6'3", 245, pretty long arms. you're banking on the upside here, but round 5, it's a good pick. And finally, round 7. Look, we're in round 7, late round 7, mind you. There's no such thing as a bad pick, so I'm going to take a potential special teamer, James Skolaski, the linebacker out of Clemson. The team is thin at the position, and he's a throwback linebacker. He can come downhill, make some tackles for you, but he's not great in coverage. If you guys remember Ben Boulware, same school, similar builds, same strengths and weaknesses. 25 years ago, this guy's probably a third-round pick, if not higher. Now, it just doesn't fit the modern-day NFL, but he could help you on special teams. So here's my mock draft. Kyler Gordon, round 2, out of Washington to Seattle, the cornerback. Colorado State tight end, Trey McBride. Notre Dame running back, Kyren Williams. By the way, I think this 3-man haul is awesome. I would not be surprised if all these guys went, maybe top 75, maybe top 50 for those first 2 names. I got great value there because the Sims are broken. Earl McKinley, round 4, out of Oregon, the safety. Tyreek Smith, round 5, edge from Ohio State. And James Skolaski, round 7, out of Clemson. So before we go, grade my mock draft. Scale it from 0 to 100. I can take criticism, so if you want to be mean, feel free to be mean in the comments section.